Have you ever wondered what the process looks like when someone is designing and building their own custom home? Follow us as we take you behind the scenes in this 4-part series as Eric Lee, principal of VictorEric, designs and builds his own custom home. Get ready as we share with you exclusive, never seen before footage in our sneak peek behind a luxury custom home build series. In episode 1, we interview Eric Lee, principal of VictorEric, as he shares with us his experience designing and building his own custom home, the Wiltshire Residence.
Design my own home is interesting. It's good on the one side because I've got no client and I can do anything I want. But on the challenging side, being a designer, there's so many things I like. So just pinning down to one thing has probably been the toughest. This project has evolved from something that's very traditional, very ornate, to now something that's a bit more eclectic. Because as I evolve and as the project evolves, I see things and I want to bring that and incorporate that into the latest. So that's probably been one of the tougher things. And I think also having a client is great because they have certain parameters that we will build around, we'll customize around, and that gives me a direction. Having no client is on the flip side very tough because now it's like a blank slate and okay, what do I want? And I have to pick one of the many things I want. So that's probably been one of the tougher things. I think I started off first thinking, oh great, my own house, I'm the designer, I got no client, it's free reign. But what I found out as I did the project is, well, my wife has some input, my kids even, my daughter has an input, she wants this pink, not that pink. So what I found out is that there actually is a client and I have to please them. And I think there was some conflict there because there's certain things that Janey wanted and I felt it didn't work with the design, but and it's my house, so it's a bit more personal, and I'm taking this more to heart. So it caused a bit of a some conflict in our relationship, but we got through it. So it's totally common for couples to have conflict, and it happens all the time. What's different is I'm usually on the other side where I'm the family counselor guiding them through the whole kind of process and giving them, well, if you pick this option, it's going to give you this, and if you did this one, it's going to give you this. So that's easy because I'm a bit more detached. Here, the conflict is with me, and of course, it's a lot more personal. So that's been a growing experience for me. When Janey looks at the house, I'm hoping that she's overall happy with the design choices. I have to admit, I didn't consult her as much as I normally would a regular client because I'm thinking this is my house and I'm the design expert, so I'll just make the best decision. But of course she has a different thought. Her opinion is she's the part owner of the house, and so she wants a say in it. But I think now that we've gotten to the end, I think she's overall happy. There's certain things that she probably would like to do differently, and it may be a little bit too late to change, and we've had a few talks about it, but it is where it is now. I think I did have to make some compromises so that there's a balance of a show home to show our potential clients, but then also it's got to be a livable show home where my kids and my wife and myself has to be happy with the overall product. So it's a fine line that we had to balance. My favorite feature in the home, I think that's hard because there's so many things, and being a designer, we put lots of things in there. I would say that if I had to pick one feature, it's probably the overall feeling of how it's a traditional space, but we kind of just modernize the whole space. So it's doing that fine balance between traditional and modern, contemporary and ornate. So I think that was we pulled that off quite well. So the advantage of design-build is that as a designer and as a creator of that vision, I have full control. We don't just draw the drawings, design it, draw the drawings, and then pass it off to another builder, and then they have to interpret what the design is supposed to be, and then they make judgments differently, because contractors will make judgment based on time and based on cost, but we would make judgment based on aesthetics and design. So the overall vision is intact. That's probably the biggest advantage. You know, I've been fortunate enough to design and build a few of my homes, and I've seen the real advantage of doing a design build process rather than a traditional where you kind of hire a designer or architect, then you hire an interior designer, then you hire a landscape designer, and then you go and hire a contractor. That to me is so disjointed, because you have the architect coming up with the vision of the house, and then you have to pass it on to an interior designer, and then you have to pass it on again to a contractor who doesn't kind of follow through that whole design, that original design vision, and that gets lost. Plus, all those three people make choices through different perspectives. The contractor will make a choice through cost and time efficiency. The architect will make a choice through the form and the exterior design. The interior designer will make a choice through the interior aesthetics. I think the design build process is amazing because you have one person, the same team, making that decision with all those hats on. You have one team that follows you through the initial conception of that vision, understanding your requirements, your lifestyle, and then executing that right through until they give you the key. So you know that house is just the way that you had communicated and envisioned right from the beginning. So that's a huge benefit. I've seen the flip side. I've seen our designs get passed on to contractors, and then when I walk back to house, it's, you know, at best 80-90% of what we had envisioned. And there's horror stories with that you hear all the time about, you know, contractors cutting corner or not knowing how to build the design. So there's all kinds of stuff that comes with that. And then I've had the benefit of design and building my own house, and I see the kind of the awesome experience that goes with that, and the amazing end product. So I want that for all of our clients.
So I hope you got some more insight from Eric about the design build process. In our next episode, Eric will be giving a sneak peek into his Wiltshire residence. Come back to tour the home as Eric explains each design detail he has chosen to achieve his vision of a French country home.